Yo, bro. Yo, you really got. You, we in the beginning stages. Yo, you gotta chill, yo. Yo. Yo, one day we gonna get Michael on the episode, yo. I promise you. I promise you we gonna get Michael. Yo. Nah, we definitely gonna get the Michael on the show though. But yeah, this we in what's the year 2021? Damn, we here. Everybody thought shit was gonna change. Nope, virus still here. Bullshit still going on, but you gotta have that positive mindset though. That's all it is though. But yeah, man. Happy New Year, everybody that celebrated holidays. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We definitely back, man, with another episode of the FFT podcast. You got your host, Cool Dex, Smoothie Dex, Driver Dex, International Dex, Referee Dex. It was a couple names people gave me. Oh yeah, Rolodex. Yeah. I can't forget the Rolodex. Hey.
Corbell.
I don't know. Corbell playing though. We might have to move on.
Okay.
We anybody keep begging. If you ask twice, I'm begging.
Exactly.
Oh, but yeah, now we definitely back with another episode. We definitely moving. A year will be here in April. A year will be here in April. It don't feel like it. Feel like it's been a little bit longer, honestly. But we definitely moving along. Everybody that's showing support, downloading, telling a friend. My thing, go on your coworker phone, take their phone, type in the podcast, leave a review, leave a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 star. That helps the podcast get to the main platform, so you don't gotta search it. Go to the YouTube as well. Link trees are in the description of each episode as well. And one thing also that I do want to take some time out to say. That we had a good friend of ours. He passed away. I want to say December 21st was the day, and he was a light, bright, shining motherfucker. Yeah, like this like that's the best way I can describe it. Like this dude was something special. He had a gift.
All of that.
No matter how mad we got at him, we couldn't help but laugh. It was just Robbie. That's just who he was. No matter what it was. But yeah, my boy in a better place right now. He definitely at peace. So I definitely want to say shout out to Reed. Shout out to Miss Tammy.
Miss Tammy, yep.
Definitely we got y'all for sure. And also, look, I'm telling everybody now, we definitely putting all his songs on the platform. So y'all gonna hear more his music as well. But yeah, so like I said, shout out to my boy Ravi, and also you can hear him on episode 13, Lineage. We did have an episode with him too in the summertime. Listen to that. That's a dope episode. You get to hear his family legacy. He got a lot. My boy did a lot. In his 29 years.
He packed a lot in those years, man. Oh my goodness.
You already know how bro coming up.
Yo, y'all got weed up there? I know that shit fire. Oh, but yeah, like I said, man, shout out to my boy Ravi. And then also, yeah, you know how I do also, man. I do want to start by saying subscribe to Show Discipline Magazine, the Atlanta-based hip-hop magazine for articles on your favorite indie artists. Like I always tell y'all, go to their page, type in Show Discipline Mag on Instagram, view their stories, hit the link in their bios, hit them up.
They got articles for everything.
Articles for literally everything. So tapping with them, they page is growing. Like I said, I don't know. I tell y'all all the time. Shout out Show Discipline Magazine, Atlanta-based magazine. And it's funny with them. I was telling Casey, I said I never even met them before, like a day in my life, but they reached out.
They see the work ethic.
We saw their work ethic.
Yep.
And we went from there. So shout out to Show Discipline Magazine for sure. And man, look, without further ado, we here, man. We got a special guest on this episode, and I was telling Dev, I said, yo, I got a challenge for my man. 'Cause I see the way he do his little intros and shit on Instagram. I'm like, all right, we gonna have a battle for the intros. a little friendly cop. I like to see my black brothers speaking well. You feel me? And with a purpose. So without further ado, we got Chef Beanz in the building. I already introduced you, but can you just tell us where you from, how you got your name, just everything?
Handles.
Start from the beginning. Instagram handles, everything you got going on.
Absolutely. What's going on, y'all? So my name is Quan. I go by Chef Beanz. and I created something called intentional consumption, helping people be intentional not only what they physically consume, but the content they consume, the conversations they have, and the energy that they ingest. I got that name from high school. My nickname used to be Q Beanz. My name is Quan Bevins. Honestly, when I lost my V card, my boy took the V out of Bevins. He's like, yo, you don't got it no more. You ain't Q Bevins no more. You Q Beanz. So I kept that. And then in the fraternity I'm in, Omega Psi Phi, we wear whatever at the cookouts. And one day I didn't have any paraphernalia. One of my frat brothers was vending at a table. He had a random chef hat on there. I was like, yo, I'll take that. Put the chef hat on. People stopped calling me Q Beanz and started calling me Chef Beanz. And I used Chef Beanz as a metaphor for the things that I was creating on Snapchat, everything like that. And it was something that I did passively because I was still in education at the time. In 2017, my crib caught on fire. So I lost my chef hat that I had at the time, the apron, but I never lost my creativity.
Exactly.
So I told myself, if you gonna be Chef Beanz, then go all the way. So I reinvested in a new hat, new apron, created something called intentional consumption, like I was saying earlier, which is a metaphor for everything that I cook up and create. And I've taken my talents out west, and now I'm manifesting and attracting everything that's already mine.
Look, man, his intro was better than mine. I ain't gonna I ain't gonna hold you, man. He got that, man.
Straight purposeful. Every word.
It's 1-0 the scoreboard. I got it towards the middle of the episode, though. Don't
And
worry.
I'm from Camden, too. My bad. I don't know if I told you where I'm from. I'm from
Camden.
Camden.
Came to New Jersey. Oh. Oh, so the chef hat. So you actually cook, obviously, right?
I do.
All right.
Okay.
So
You on the skillet right now, dog. I see you sweating.
Hey, look. That's what I'm saying. He got me, yo. I ain't gonna lie, yo. He got
Man, open some windows in here,
got
man.
me a little frazzled right now. I ain't
Some
gonna hold
windows
you.
in here, man. What's going on, man? But now on the funny stuff, though, I do manage one of the top black-owned restaurants out in LA, but that had nothing to do with the Chef Beanz brand. I kind of tripped into that because, like I was saying earlier, I was in education, had an education job waiting for me, but that fell through last minute. And I walked into a restaurant, I saw that they were hiring. I'm like, yo, this about to be some movie stuff, man. I ain't moved to LA, work at no restaurant, bust dishes. My ego was just whipping my ass. And then I had to put all of that to the side, and the things that I'm learning in the kitchen, I'm metaphorically using in my own business. So that's just divine order and how God works. But yeah, it has nothing to do with each other, but I was forced to get in the kitchen and actually learn the ins and outs of it.
Okay. Damn. All right, so now my thing is, boom, you in this restaurant out there, you manage it. What is that like to manage that type of restaurant? Because you said it's not just a regular restaurant.
So it's a lot of different factors that impact that. It's also in Skid Row, which is the homelessness capital in the country.
Okay, Skid Row? Okay, what's that like out there?
So Skid Row, you have a bunch of different people living in a certain section of LA, whether that's them losing their jobs, whether them having drug addictions, whether they didn't get the right support after they left the military. There's a bunch of different, or people just moved out there to become a star and things didn't go the way they wanted to. So there's a lot of different reasons.
They kind of forced to live in that.
And it's like Disneyland to them because it's like welcomed. So you have Tent City, and also on top of that, what a lot of people don't know, there's people who are homeless or experiencing homelessness because their mortgage went up, but their salary didn't, and they didn't get the right support. So those people who was living in the car with their kids, and eventually had to go left. So
it's America's pastime.
Yeah, working in Skid Row has humbled me a lot because at first I would treat, let's say, someone who just looked more put together better than people experiencing homelessness. And I had to kind of like switch that narrative. Like, no, like I'm going to treat Bill Gates the same way I treat this person, because there's been a couple of times I'm like, yo, you got to get out. And they were like, what you mean? Pull out $300. Like, what? I'm like, how we can just be so quick to judge. But to answer your question, what it is managing out there, I had to learn how to manage myself first. Like I had to learn how I respond to things, how I respond to feedback, and how to read people. So now I base my actions and certain verbiage based off of who the person is. Like it taught me a lot how to deal with different people, personalities, in a space where I'm even still there, because there's certain jobs where I feel like my creativity was always being like bottled up, or I would hit my head on a glass ceiling. In this space, I'm using a restaurant to shoot content. I'm using a restaurant to create my web series and different things. So I'm supporting, and at the same time, I don't feel like there's shackles on me. So if I told them tomorrow, y'all have this opportunity, they'll be like, go. As opposed to,
I get you.
no, what you mean you going? You just going to leave us? It's love across the board. So like I said, me learning how to manage people, I had to first learn how to manage myself.
So you definitely wanted to get control of the creative process.
Control over the creative process, and I just feel like sometimes we overthink things. Or we tell ourselves,
for sure,
especially as creatives and artists, I want to push the button, I don't want to push the button. So being at that crossroad, I was just like, yo, fuck it. Like, push the button, and you fail your way forward. And even on the flip side, though LA is the homelessness capital, I feel like there's more people experiencing homelessness who have roofs over their heads, in a sense where, you have a roof over your head, but you don't really like what you're doing.
True.
You don't really feel at home in this world because your life is being driven by your parents' fears or what your friends want you to do. So that's another population of people experiencing homelessness. So I use my discernment and just navigate through people and just make sure that I'm always making sure that I have a solid foundation